So we love NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah. Go DJ. What was that? Oh, DJ, bring it on. And he released his final mock draft on NFL Draft Mock Draft Eve. Sure. So we like DJ, respect his opinion, as well as here's what happens with mock drafts for especially NFL insider guys. Well, like legit NFL insider guys like DJ, who's worked in the league, knows GMs, knows scouts, etc. Is that mock drafts, you notice that they do change and factor in more and more what they've been hearing from the actual decision makers themselves. So actually, as you get really close to the draft, I mean, I put a lot of stock, you put a lot of credence in the mock drafts that some of the really dialed in people put out. So we'll walk through this real quick. We'll talk about the Vikings picks, but same as before, a little bit spoiler alert. But again, there's no trades, stick and pick draft. Burrow 1, Chase Young, Okuda, Wirfs has got Herbert going 5 for the Dolphins. That's intriguing. That's super intriguing. So that could mean that a lot of teams may be down on Tua. But Tua does fall 6 to the Chargers. Also, so Daniel Jeremiah does color commentary with Matt Money Smith. Matt Money Smith has the best voice in radio, by the way. Sorry, PA. So they do Chargers games. So you would think that he's got a little bit of inside info with like Tom Telesco and whatnot. So Tua, I love Tua in LA. Like bright lights, big city. Let's go Tua time. Isaiah Simmons, 7 to the Panthers, as well as Jedrick Wills, 8 to the Cardinals. Pretty simple. 9. Oh, actually, no, there is trades. Oh, here we go. So number 9, the Falcons get all the way up and they get Derek Brown on the interior. So they got Derek Brown and Grady Jarrett. Gross. That is just gross. Absolutely disgusting. 10, Andrew Thomas to the Browns, as well as 11, Mekhi Becton goes to the Jets. Now, the Browns and the Jets are the two perceived teams to be in the most for the Trent Williams derby with the Vikings. So, I mean, the Browns check. The Jets check, both get their left tackle. All of a sudden, hey, Washington, guess what? Vikings are only team at the table. So now, all of a sudden, that third-round pick we had on the table, boom, that turned into a fourth. Take it or leave it. Washington's really just going to get the screws turned to them because they're a terrible organization who make terrible decisions. 12, CeeDee Lamb, 12 to the Raiders. Nice little pickup there. I love it. CeeDee Lamb, the Dez Bryant of this draft. Bring it. Oh, 13. Ooh, Justin Jefferson. So Justin Jefferson is wide receiver 2 off the board. That's intriguing. Goes to the Niners, play a little slot, work out there with Debo and George Kittle and whatnot. I like it. 14, Jerry Jeudy goes to the Bucks. What? Like, I understand it. I mean, the Bucks could absolutely use some offensive line help, but Jerry Jeudy, who would be phenomenal working on the slot, and then you also have just Evans on the outside, Godwin on the outside, as well as Gronk just working from the tight end spot. That is gross. That's just really sick. 15, Ruggs, the third with Cortland Sutton. Makes a lot of sense for Drew Lock, even though he'll be terrible and not throw the ball to them. Javon Kinlaw somehow just falls 16 to the Jaguars, who moved back to the Falcon spot. I like it. I like it a lot. 17, CJ Henderson, cornerback from Florida, goes to the Cowboys, cornerback 2 on the board. I mean, if CJ got this far, I think Pretty Rookie may think about moving up. Would make a lot of sense. 18, Austin Jackson. You're betting on the physical upside, which, I mean, the Dolphins are fully in on a full-on rebuild. But, I mean, Jackson is legit 20, has a lot of physical tools, does need to grow into his body, does need to develop a lot more skills technically. But, I mean, overall, for a team that's rebuilding, I mean, why not? 19, A.J. Terrell goes to the Raiders. Him and CeeDee Lamb, it's a nice little pickup at the outside positions there. 20, Clavon Chase on, so they're just rebuilding that defensive line. So they got Clavon Chase on. They got Javon Kinlaw as well. That's pretty sick. 21. So the Eagles, I mean, everyone and their mom projects the Eagles go wide receiver here. But also DJ, he worked as a scout for the Eagles from back in the day. And Kenneth Murray makes a lot of sense. I mean, you think about like the Jeremiah Trotters of the world where, I mean, the Eagles just really do like that big time El Capitan playmaking linebacker there in the middle. So I think Kenneth Murray checks that box quite a bit. 22, so my guy. Of course, my guy, Jalen. So bring it on. So, yeah, Labrum, no issue. That's the 2. I mean, Labrum's heel. I mean, do people not like understand this? Whatever. So Jalen Johnson, I love him. Long physical cornerback who loves to gamble, and you know, Asians, we do love to gamble as well. Just a absolute bully alpha dog, and I just love the tenacity that he gets after. Where I mean, give me a cornerback that's a little bit more chippy. You know, I like. and like competitive chippy, not like whiny B chippy like Xavier was for a little bit. But also, I mean, Trey Wayne's, I mean, super quiet, super reserved, super anti what you find from your typical cornerback. I mean Jalen Johnson. I mean, Jalen Johnson's got a little bit of like Cortland Finnegan, D'Angelo Hall-ness to him, like in a good way, in the best way possible. But day one, travel cornerback, other teams wide receiver one, bring it on. Like him and Hughes are like a really nice man-to-man combo. Holton Hill in there as well. I mean, I'm slam dunk. I love this one. I understand the love for Hefe Gladney. I feel like there's a lot of skill crossover between him and Jalen. I wouldn't be mad at either one of them. You're good to go there. So 22, check that box. 23, so the Patriots just try and replace Gronk again. Okay. And then Jalen Reagor goes to the Saints, which is gross. Just gross. I mean, Jalen Reagor, Michael Thomas, and Emmanuel Sanders, SMU. Oh, SMU and TCU getting together. Let's get that. Former Southwest Conference rivals. 25, Vikings. So, Yetur Gross-Matos, where I like Gross-Matos. I'm not in love with him. I am worried that he is one of the more boomer bust edge prospects. Like, with all the physical tools, like he hasn't shown the flashes of dominance either on a game-to-game, drive-to-drive, play-to-play level that you would want to see. Like, you can't ignore the production, respect there, but he's not as explosive as you would like him to be. I'm a little bit worried that he is a little bit of a Vernon Golston spot where athletic player does well in college, but I mean, once again against grown-ass men, I do want to, but amazing kid, great backstory as well. But I mean, we've talked about if the Vikings don't go edge in the first round, I'm perfectly okay with it. And I think this is a little bit more of DJ's, macro national. Oh, Everson gone, must replace Everson. Whole deal. Where Everson may be back, as well as Afadi Odenabo is ready to go, bro. You know this. But, they missed on Jalen Reagor, who unfortunately went to the Saints, so now I have to hate him, which sucks because I really like Jalen Reagor. But, of course, I mean, I would have preferred Ruiz here. I would have preferred even Patrick Queen, who went a little bit later on. Yeah, if you want to go the full-on linebacker route, the Vikings are moving to a 3-4. If you can't get Kenneth Murray, have Patrick Queen. Or Ayuk, who went 30 to the Packers. Oh, so now I have to hate Reagor and Ayuk. This sucks. This absolutely sucks. Or, like we said, Cleveland, Ezra Cleveland, or Josh Jones at left tackle spot. Just get one of the big six tackles, do that up. I mean, Austin Jackson went, so why not Josh Jones and Ezra Cleveland? Or, hell, if they were bound and determined to go edge, I mean, I would have preferred Epinesa in the spot. And DJ has Epinesa falling out of the first round altogether, which is fine. Or, I mean, trade back. I mean, DJ only included one trade in this mock, but, I mean, this would be a pretty clear trade back spot where instead of forcing a pick on a player that you may not be in love with, I mean, going back and getting some more sugar if another team wants to come up. This is a pretty thin edge class, so another team with edge needs, maybe they come up for a Gross-Matos if they're high on him. But overall, love the Jalen Johnson pick. I understand the Gross-Matos pick. I'm not in love with it either, but there you go. What are your thoughts on DJ's final mock draft? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol. Production value.